So there's a bunch of things I want to talk about in today's video. First and foremost, I want to answer a question that many of you have been asking numerous times in terms of what are the production/order dates on the new refresh versions of the 2022 Chevy Silverado and GMC Sierras. That's the one thing. I want to talk to you about the Motor Trend Truck of the Year that was just announced, and I want to get your thoughts on it. And the third thing is I've got some more good news that came out of some bad news in regards to the new 2022 trucks, both the limited and the refresh. So with that, let's get going. All right, so today I realized the video is going to be a bit of a mix match. I just want to get you up to date on some of the news in regards to the 2022 GMC Sierra and Chevy Silverado trucks. But first of all, I want to just very, very quickly talk about the Motor Trend Truck of the Year, which was just announced. I don't know if it was today or yesterday, but regardless of that, the truck is unfortunately not a General Motors truck, although I do believe it, we will see that, hopefully soon in the future. But for this year, at least from what I've seen, the Rivian R1T was announced as the Motor Trend Truck of the Year. That is the electric truck being made by Rivian. There is a lot of cool things about that truck, I gotta say. I wouldn't even mind doing a video on that sometime if any of you are interested. But I'm curious as to what your thoughts are. Do you know anything about this truck, number one? And secondly, what would you have picked as your truck of the year? Obviously, I know this is a GM channel, so lots of you are going to say one of our trucks, I'm sure, as would I. But regardless of that, that is what we found out today in regards to that. Now, moving on, I want to talk to you about some of the ordering news that I have come to find out in regards to the new refreshed versions of the 2022 Silverado and Sierra trucks. Now, of course, we are talking about half tons because currently, of course, the 2022 3/4 ton trucks, 1 ton trucks, 3500 series trucks, Silverados and Sierras, they already are out there. We've already been selling them and getting the 2022s, and they're not changing at least until 2023. And of course, if you didn't already know this as well, the 2022 limited GMC Sierra Chevy Silverado trucks are identical to our 2021s. There's a couple little tweaks in terms of some of the packaging, but the truck itself looks identical. If you've gotten one from the other, you wouldn't be able to tell me the difference between the two of them. But of course, if you've been living on the rock and you haven't already noticed this or found this out, the 2022 refresh Chevy Silverado and GMC Sierras are coming with new touchscreens in the inside, electric console shift in some of the models, and brand new models in the ZR2 and the AT4X and so on. Definitely check out the videos I've been doing on those. But today what I want to talk about is how, and when can we get these trucks? Because that is a question I've been getting asked numerous times over and over again. And I will say right now that at least here in Canada, and I don't imagine it's going to be anything different in the States, we have consensus to actually order trucks this Thursday, which will be December the 16th. I think we only have a allotment right now for a couple of GMCs. I haven't seen Chevrolets, but that means ordering is up. Ordering is open. Let me caution you of this, however. Just because ordering is open, just because we know what we can order in certain trim levels, does not mean that we have the pricing. We do not actually have pricing yet. I know it's just crazy to think, but we order, at the dealership I work at, they order the trucks blind, meaning that they know what they're getting, but we have no idea what the pricing is going to be. So we're ordering trucks. We don't know what the pricing is going to be. But if you want to be one of those first people in line, I would run to your dealership and get yourself on a list, and hopefully you can be one of those first people to get the new refresh versions of the Chevy Silverado and GMC Sierra trucks. Now, on this Thursday, I don't know what we're getting. I don't know if we have allotment for AT4X or AT4s or just elevations. I do know they're going to be crew cabs, but past that, I don't exactly know. So what I can say now is ordering is now open. That also doesn't mean they're going to be built right away. My understanding, and just as a heads up to you in terms of the production aspect of this, is we're looking at February is when they're going to start building these trucks. They're going to start compiling the orders now. And I will tell you this too, that, they are going to be closing down. General Motors is going to close down over Christmas in terms of the ordering and things like that. So this will be our last ordering before the new year, our first and last ordering. And then we won't be able to order more until the new year. Again, I don't imagine the United States will be any different. I would imagine we're on very similar cycles in terms of that. So that is so February would be production, and we're going to see these trucks arriving in early spring or spring. So if you're waiting on a truck and you want one right away, they are still building the 2022 limiteds, but we're going to be able to start ordering the refresh versions now, basically, as of this week. So that's my update in regards to that. And I did say I have some good news for you as well in regards to the 2022 both limited and refreshed Chevy Silverado and GMC trucks. And the news is basically this. As I'm sure you may be aware, I've done a video, almost 90,000 of you have watched so far, at least 90,000 views anyways, where I talked about bad news. And the bad news was, of course, that we're already aware that some of the trucks coming out now that we're seeing on our lots, as well as potentially going to be affecting the refresh trucks, they're coming with some certain, or not coming with some certain features, essentially. So things like the rear heated seats, auto stop start, cylinder deactivation, HD radio, and the list goes on. And the biggest ones, news came out a few weeks back now in regards to the fact that they're going to be starting to ship trucks along with things like the Equinoxes, the Blazers, the Tahoes, the Yukons, all, basically majority of the lineup is going to be coming now without heated seats and / cooled seats in the front. Already they weren't able to get heated seats in the rear, but now the heated seats and cooled seats in the front are going to be gone, as well as the heated steering wheel is not going to be an option as well. There is an exception to this rule, however. That is the High Country trim and the Denali trim. Both of those are still going to come with heated front seats and the ability to have cooled front seats, as well as the heated steering wheel. But again, we are not going to have this option in your mid-trim level trucks, the Trail Bosses, the Elevations, the SLTs, the AT4s, and so on. The ZR2s coming out potentially, things like that. Now, there was a video that I did after that saying that they are going to have a retrofit for these trucks in terms of the heated seats and the cooled seats. What I neglected to mention, and I guess I shouldn't have never assumed this, they are going to give a small credit for this, okay? I did mention that. What I neglected to mention is this retrofit is free of charge, okay? So let me explain this very quickly. What's essentially happening is, and we're going to get to the heated steering wheel here in a second as well. Heated seats, cooled seats are going to be retrofitted later on when the parts become available. So you can take delivery of your truck, and when the parts come in, the parts department or your salesperson will contact you and say, hey, Mr. Smith, Mrs. Smith, your parts have come in. You can now have your heated seats or cooled seats installed in the truck free of charge. They are going to give you, I think it's a Canadian anyways, a $50 credit, along the way with this. But the point that I wanted to hit home is that it's going to be free of charge. So, it's more of a goodwill to give you, a little bit of money, but it's not, that money is not in place of not having heated seats or cooled seats ever. Now, at that same time, there was also announced about the heated steering wheel not being able to be an option in trucks that it would normally come with. That being said, they went back on that as well. I think obviously they heard massive feedback from people like yourself who are like, what? There's no way I live in Canada. Even if I live in Texas, there's no way I don't want my vehicle without the heated seat or the heated steering or whatever it may be. So there is now also going to be a retrofit for the heated steering wheel. Along with that, GM, I think it's going to give a little bit of money, very marginal. I think maybe $25, but the retrofit on that, of course, is going to be free as well. And they're going to throw in a little bonus with that in regards to OnStar. Now, hear me out. Here's what at least General Motors Canada is saying. And again, I don't imagine it's going to be much different in the United States. But what they're saying is part of the retrofit plan, they're going to be giving the complimentary remote access plan with OnStar. And what that includes is the remote key fob, the vehicle locate, on-demand diagnostics, and voice service features. Now, again, the remote key fob, if you didn't already know this, I love it. My wife has it on her vehicle. Basically what it does is allows users to lock and unlock the doors, flash the lights, and honk the horn, or start and stop, when equipped with remote start, the vehicle using the phone. So again, you can use that phone. Now, again, I know this is not news to you that this is not a new feature, but you did have to pay for it. In Canada, at least, you only got a month of the services for free, up to 3 months for free at most. But now you're going to get a free full year of complimentary service. That's about $15 a month Canadian just for that app. So again, just a little bit more goodwill coming your way. And when those parts are available, they will most certainly send them out. So again, that's my good news for today. A little bit of mix mash in news. As always, thanks so much for watching. Until the next video, everybody, take care.